Okay, so let's get right into it. In what might be one of the biggest AI stories of the year, a powerful new model has just been released, GPT-5.4.
And look, this isn't just some minor update. We're talking about a new frontier model. That means it's literally pushing the boundaries of what AI can even do. This is a major, major step forward.
And its purpose is super clear. This is not your everyday chatbot for asking about the weather. Nope. This thing was built from the ground up for serious professional work. We're talking spreadsheets, legal docs, coding, and even something called agentic workflows, which basically means the AI can take charge and complete a job all on its own. So yeah, let's dive into the details.
All right, so just how big of an upgrade are we really talking about here? Well, the numbers, they paint a pretty incredible picture.
Okay, now what's really fascinating here is just the sheer scale of improvement across the board. These aren't random tests. We're looking at benchmarks that measure how well the AI can do professional knowledge work, actually operate a computer, browse the web, and use other software tools. And in every single one of these categories, GPT 5.4 just blows its predecessor, GPT 5.2, out of the water. I mean, look at that jump in computer use, from 47% all the way to 75%. That's just massive.
So let's drill down into that first category, professional work, because this model is starting to tackle the kind of stuff that, well, a lot of us do for a living.
So here it is, the headline number, 83%. So what does that mean? It means that in a huge evaluation covering 44 different jobs, that's the percentage of time that GPT 5.4 either matched or straight up beat the performance of human industry professionals. Let that sink in.
And this chart just makes that jump so clear. I mean, the previous model, GPT 5.2, was already pretty impressive, right? Hovering around 71%. But this new version takes a huge leap forward. It's not just closing the gap with human experts. In most cases, it's actually surpassing them.
Okay, so what does this look like in the real world, in day-to-day office tasks? Well, for those super complex spreadsheet models, you know, the kind a junior investment banker might build, it scores an 87.3%. That's a massive improvement. When it creates slide decks and presentations, human reviewers actually prefer its work 68% of the time. And maybe most importantly for professional use, its factual claims are 33% less likely to be wrong. So it's not just more capable, it's way more reliable.
And hey, don't just take my word for it. This isn't some internal marketing spin. We're hearing from CEOs of companies who are actually using these models, like Brendan Foodie at Mercor. And he's confirming this, saying it excels at creating exactly the kind of complex stuff, slide decks, financial models, legal analysis, that are the bread and butter of professional services.
But this all builds to something, well, something genuinely game-changing. We are officially moving beyond AI just generating text or images. Now the AI can actually take the wheel and operate a computer for you.
This is a brand new, built-in ability for the AI to literally see what's on your screen, all the buttons, the menus, the text boxes, and then use the mouse and keyboard to get a job done just like a person would.
It's pretty wild.
And the way it works is actually pretty simple to understand. First, it analyzes, basically taking a snapshot of your desktop. Then, it identifies all the things you can click on or type in. And then it just acts. It issues the right mouse clicks and keyboard commands to finish the entire task you ask for, even if that means jumping between different apps.
And here's the real kicker. There's this benchmark called OS World that tests exactly this, the ability to navigate a computer desktop and complete tasks. The AI scored a 75% success rate. Now, why is that number so important? Because the established human benchmark for those same tasks is 72.4%. Let me say that again. For the first time, an AI is verifiably better than a person at using a computer.
So on top of using the computer's interface better than a human, the model has also gotten way smarter and more efficient at using other digital tools and APIs.
A really clever innovation here is something they're calling tool search. Okay, think of it like this. The old way, the AI would have to load its brain with every single tool it might possibly need for a job. That's slow and it's expensive. But now, it has the ability to search for and grab the specific tool it needs right in the moment it needs it. It's like having a toolbox where you can just summon the right screwdriver instead of carrying the whole heavy thing around. And the difference is night and day. The old way? Slow responses, higher costs, because you're loading all this extra info up front. The new way, this on-demand method, it's way faster, much more efficient, and at the end of the day, it's cheaper to run.
And we can put a number on that efficiency.
In a test with a whole bunch of different tools, this new tool search method slashed the total token usage, which is basically how we measure cost and speed in AI, by a whopping 47%. And it did that while getting the exact same level of accuracy. Less work, same result. That's a huge win.
Okay, so we've seen the incredible performance boosts and these brand new capabilities. But what does this all mean for you, right now? Let's get down to the brass tacks, cost and access.
The good news is you can get your hands on this pretty soon. It's rolling out now to ChatGPT Plus, Team, and Pro users. For the developers out there, it's available in the API and through the Codex platform. And there's even a beefier Pro version for those really demanding tasks.
Now, if you look at the API pricing, you'll see that the per token cost for GPT-5.4 is a little bit higher than the last version. But, and this is super important, because of all those new efficiencies we just talked about, like tool search, a lot of your tasks are actually going to use fewer tokens overall. So what does that mean? It means your total cost could actually go down even though you're using a much more powerful model.
And that really brings us to the big question, doesn't it? We now have an AI that can not only do professional work at a superhuman level, but can also literally use our main tool, the computer, better than we can. It really makes you stop and think. Now that it can do your work and use your computer, what's next?